Hey guys, I'm Fox Evans, and this is episode 3 of Oh My God, I Really Love Books. And I'm joined today by Jupiter, the adorable cat. Well, Jupiter left me, and I had to do a wardrobe change because I realized I was still in my clothes from work, and I remembered to turn on my ring light this time. So now I'm coming at you with an update on my speed read of the books inside of Brandon Sanderson's Cosmere. The first month of my challenge has come and went, and I've read exactly one of the 18 books that I plan to get done with by the beginning of next January. It's a little disappointing, but I think I've found myself in a really good reading rhythm, or I guess listening rhythm, and I think I'll be able to eat through these other books a lot quicker than I was for the first one. I'm starting the second book, The Well of Ascension, today, April 30th, and I plan to be finished with it by next Friday. I'm currently listening to the books, and I'm listening to them at about 1.45 speed instead of the normal speed. If you listen to audiobooks, let me know in the comments about how fast you like to listen to your books, or if you like to listen to them at the regular speed, or even slower. I'm still extremely pumped for 2023 and all the goodies that we're going to be getting. Dragonsteel, Brandon Sanderson's company, has been handling this campaign really, really well, and I think this is going to end up being really worth the money. I just recently filled out my backer kit survey, so they've got my address now, and they've got my shirt sizes, and, I'm prepared to get these unboxing videos done for you guys in January. I had to really tiptoe around that survey to make sure I didn't give myself any spoilers, but I did manage to get out of it without any spoilers, so I'm still pretty clueless as to what we're going to be getting except for the books. So if you're still excited to see the unboxing videos like I'm excited to make them, go ahead and subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss out on those. And don't forget to check out FoxxDenn Productions and all the things that we're currently doing. All the links for those will also be down in the description. I'm getting ready to jump into my review of the first book that I finished, Mistborn. And if you don't want any spoilers, no matter how vague they might be, right now is a really good time to stop listening to the video. Just know that I really love the book. I would recommend it, even though it has some problematic themes in it. And I think I would rate this one 4 out of 5 Brandons. My girlfriend got me this really dope fox. Look at it. Isn't he cute? Okay, so the first book that I finished is called Mistborn, and it is the first book in the Mistborn trilogy. This book also goes by the name The Final Empire. Now, it follows this crew of people whose ultimate goal is to bring down a tyrant named the Lord Ruler, who has oppressed and beaten down a group of people called the Ska, while elevating the importance of people he calls noblemen. The two main characters of this book are Vin and Kelsier, both of whom are Ska, and also something called Mistborns. A Mistborn is someone who is able to use all of the powers of Allomancy, and Allomancy is essentially a magical ability where you're able to consume metals and then burn them to control the world around you. A Mistborn can push and pull metals to or from them. They can make their body stronger and enhance their senses like vision and hearing. They can see the future, they can see the past, and they can protect themselves from Allomancers as well as seek out other Allomancers, see if they can find their power. The way that these powers works is really best described in the books. However, I do plan on going into more detail about them in the future whenever I do videos where I break this book down chapter by chapter. It's also important to note that there are characters inside of this book called Mistings who can only use one of the powers of Allomancy, and most of the people inside of Kelsier's crew are also Mistings. There's also 3 different types of really powerful characters inside of this book, and those are called Inquisitors, who are really powerful Allomancers who have spikes shoved into their eyes. There are Khandras, who are creatures who, after someone dies, can eat their bones and take on their shape, kind of like a changeling or a shapeshifter. And Therochemists, who use metals in a different way than Allomancers do to do really cool superhuman stuff. This story has a lot of everything in it. It's got mystery, it's got romance, it's got action, and I mean, honestly, the action is the best part. Brandon Sanderson does this really awesome thing whenever he creates a world where he makes rules for it and he sticks to them. And the way that he describes action scenes is always just really, really fantastic. He does a good job of never breaking the rules of his universe. Another thing that he does a really good job of is making you hate the bad guys. I really hated the bad guys in this book. All of the problematic themes in this book, mainly being eugenics and rape, are caused by the Lord Ruler and the noblemen. And most of the noblemen are honestly too dense to realize the things that they're doing are bad because of the way that the Lord Ruler controls the world around them. I would say that 3 of the main themes of this book are gaslight, gatekeep, and girl boss. The reason I say that is because the Ska and the noblemen have been gaslit into believing that the Ska are not as good as the noblemen. I would say gatekeep because the Ska have been gatekept from literally everything that is necessary for a good human life, even the smallest comforts of home. And I would say girl boss because it ends up being Vin, the 16-year-old Ska girl who saves the day by killing the Lord Ruler. All in all, I'd rate this title 4 out of 5 Brandons. I really love this setting with ash falling from the sky and a blood red sun in the sky, and they reference multiple times that that's not the way that things are supposed to be. I really loved the plan that Kelsier enacted and the way that it finished. I don't want to go into too much detail because that's a really good plot line that I don't want to spoil, and I think you should read the book if you want to know about it. But I really hated the costs that came. Didn't really like the bureaucracy and the politics and the balls that Vin had to go to, but I understand their importance. I'd say that my least favorite thing that happened in the book happens at the end whenever Vin's love interest is elevated to the title of king. And the only reason that I really think that happened is because of loose plot hooks, and it felt kind of forced to me. But I'm sure that it'll pan out in future books and that it will be better than I originally thought. I also really wasn't a big fan of the fact that Vin and Ellen were in a relationship because Vin is 17 and Ellen is 21. And that's kind of weird to me, but I'm not going to talk about that anymore. I would definitely recommend reading this book, and I don't just say that because it made me cry 5 separate times. Well, that's really about it. If you're interested in a more detailed breakdown of this book, let me know down in the comments. Also, don't forget to check out FoxxDenn Productions and all the things that we're doing. All the links are going to be down in the description below, just like always. I plan on releasing my next video after I finish the next book. So maybe you'll be surprised and I'll finish it earlier than I expect. But if it does take a little while for me to get this done, please be patient with me because remember, I've got a lot of reading to do. Oh, and since you met Jupiter today, I also felt like you should meet Dante. He's my little man.